Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey, and this week we are walking through the letter, the short, very small letter that Paul wrote to Philemon. Philemon, a beautiful, beautiful letter with a very nice story, beautiful story about redemption, about the providence of God, about forgiveness, salvation. It has a discipleship. It has a little bit of everything in a short letter. We know the story. We heard the story. The story is that Onesimus was a slave, Philemon's slave, and he ended up stealing something from Philemon and running away. And he fled to Rome, and there he is arrested, go to jail. Paul is in jail, and he became a Christian. And now Paul is sending him back to Philemon, and this is the letter. Paul is sending him back with this letter here to Philemon. Today I'm going to share with you two other verses that are very important and beautiful verses. It's verse 15 and 16. Verse 15 and 16. Perhaps the reason he was separated from you for a little while was that you might have him back for good. No longer as a slave, but better than a slave, as a dear brother. He's a very, very dear to me, but even dearer to you, both as a man and as a brother in the Lord. Wow. That is what Paul is saying here to Philemon, because we saw the providence of God in the life of Onesimus, but Paul here is reversing. He's looking to the other side and say, look, those things happened to Onesimus and he did those things. This is providence of God, because he ended up with me in prison and he became a Christian. Now let me show the providence of God on your side. Why God let the Onesimus to steal me and run away? This is the question that Philemon probably asked. So I'm serving God. I have a church. I support the ministry, the church in my house. Everything, I'm doing the right thing, everything, and then the guy did this to me? Steal from me and run away? What God has... What is the hand of God in this whole situation? That probably was the question that Philemon was asking. And Paul here is answering that question. Said, the reason that he was separated from you for a little while was that he might go back to you for good. Not only as a slave, but as a brother. It's different. He was there all the time and he could not accept Christ. He was listening, probably working there in the house, watching the services sometimes, all that kind of thing, and he could not become a Christian. And he had to run away, to steal, to go to Rome, to meet Paul in prison, and then hear the gospel and become a Christian. So God is working the whole thing, and he's working both sides. He's working for Onesimus, the slave, and he's working for Philemon, because now he's going to have the slave back. But the slave that is going to get back to him, it's more than a slave. Now he is a brother in Christ. Brother in Christ. And Paul says, well, maybe this is why God let everything happen the way that happened. Because now you can have him for good. Because his mindset now is totally different. He's a Christian now. And now he is your brother. So God is working in both sides. He's working the life of Onesimus and he's working the life of Philemon in the same event. Changing things. Changing the perspective, how you see those things. Is the providence of God working behind the scenes, producing transformation not only in the life of Onesimus but in the life of Philemon. How now he's going to see Onesimus. He's going to see Onesimus with a different eye. He's not just a slave now. He's my brother in Christ. And that is the beauty of the gospel, the transformation that the gospel produces, not only in the people that are accepted, but in the Christians that are inside the church. All those two are working and together and experiencing something. The grace of God, the mercy of God. So the Lord is working in your life, is working in my life. No matter which side are you. If you were the one that lost something, the Lord is working that situation. And if you are the one that did something wrong, and now you're going to meet the Lord and you're going to convert and become a Christian, the Lord is working in both ways. So you can meet as brothers and sisters, members of the family of God. And that is a beautiful story, a beautiful lesson for us. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.